Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 65 of the regular season, where the Rangers win in overtime 2-1 over the Buffalo Sabres, because it can't be simple. Last time the Rangers won in regulation was almost 2 weeks ago against the Kings. Sigh. So the first period was pretty evenly matched between the Rangers and Sabres. Both teams had some alright looks. It wasn't a crazy period by any means. Shots were 7-6 in favor of the Rangers after the first period. The second period is when the Sabres really started to amp it up, and they get on the board first. It was a beautiful feed from Lyubushkin over to Jeff Skinner, slams it home, scores. It's 1-0 Buffalo. The Rangers would tie the game and leave the second period tied 1-1. That being said, no misnomer, the Rangers had their show ran for the majority of this game. The Rangers looked pretty mediocre for a lot of it, especially offensively. This was Keandre Miller, lead pass for Patrick Kane, heads into the offensive zone, tries to center one over to Keandre Miller, goes off of Owen Power's skate. That's a big old oof right there, into the back of the net. The Rangers tied at 1 apiece. There's something really funny about this goal, and I think it's the fact that Patrick Kane had such a fantastic game tonight, played wonderful. And I even thought he had a good defensive game tonight, which is not something I thought I would say for Patrick Kane this season, but here we are. And his goal came off of him trying to do something else, but he was definitely having one of those nights where anything he touched would turn to gold, case in point. And it was about that time the Rangers were not happy with their offense, and so Gerard Gallant started to change the lines up again for like the 50th time because it's worked in the past. That's a joke because it's never worked. The Rangers would get outshot 27-16 in the second and third period. That was a whole heck of a lot of fun. You head to overtime. The Rangers are on a power play after Mika Zibanejad was hooked. Fox takes a shot on net. It's blocked, but the rebound, Artemi Panarin, a beautiful shot, just rockets one home, scores, game called. Artemi Panarin, big old silly afterwards. He was feeling it, and the Rangers win 2-1. Overall, I thought the offense did not look good tonight. Patrick Kane had a fantastic game. That's the Patrick Kane the Rangers really are hoping they get from this trade, and if that's the one that shows up, hot damn, you absolutely fleeced the Blackhawks, because he looked otherworldly tonight. He looked vintage Kane, which is, please let that be the Kane the Rangers have gotten. Defensively, the Trouba-Miller pair looked fantastic, which it wasn't just that they looked good comparatively, because the other pairs were Mikkola and Fox and Schneider-Harper. They just genuinely had an amazing game tonight, I thought. Specifically, Jacob Trouba played out of his mind tonight. There were 3 or 4 just remarkable plays that Jacob Trouba made that ended up... They could have very easily, for Buffalo, been like odd man rushes, 2-on-1s, breakaways, great shot chances, and they just weren't. Trouba played wonderfully, and that leads into the man in net. Igor Shesterkin was absolutely wonderful tonight. This was, and I want to be very careful with how I say this, because I know recency bias is definitely there. This is the first time in a long time Igor Shesterkin absolutely stole the game for the New York Rangers. They did not deserve to win the game. The defense, but Jacob Trouba was great defensively. Overall, the defense wasn't great. They allowed 33 shots, and I thought quite a few high-danger shots. The offense looked very uninspired. Kane had a good game, but that was about it. Igor, this was a game. The Rangers won it simply because we have Igor, you don't. That was the only reason they won this game. Igor Shesterkin had 5 or 6 highlight reel saves. This very easily could have been a 7-1, maybe 8-1 blowout for Buffalo. Shesterkin played out of his mind tonight, which, as the playoffs approach, if I had to pick one thing that looked amazing, like 10 out of 10 heading into the playoffs, and I got to choose if the offense looked like they were playing at peak form, the defense was playing at peak form, or Igor was playing at peak form, I'd pick Igor every single time. But the Rangers continue on this just brutal road trip. Now a second game, both on the road, starting 23 hours apart from each other. Lordy Lou for the New York Rangers. 4 o'clock tomorrow, they're in Pittsburgh taking on the Penguins. I will be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for tonight, that is all I have. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.